Very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. This is good. Okay. Now, of course, you will observe the other weak point. Now that this is solved, the whole suspension bridge wants to dip in because this here, center part, needs to be braced a little bit. So we need to brace it here and the front so it doesn't dip in. And then I think we are good. Yeah. Then we are good. I think. Yeah, let's put wheels back on. There. Okay. Yeah. You can come on. You can clearly see how it dips in. So we need to prevent this. And then this is gonna be good because the bending in this part is eliminated by this. And we shall see. So how can we prevent this from dipping in? So basically we need to brace this part here. Either this or this somehow and prevent it from going in. Well, easiest would be if we put a lift arm here. It's gonna be very lazy solution, but I'm gonna try it because I'm lazy. Oh, for fuck's sake. There. I mean, it might not work, but let's see. So if I put this guy here, come on, and this on the other side, this is just temporary. Okay, yeah, so with this we prevented the suspension bridge from being pushed inwards. So let's check it out. Okay. Oh yes. So this bends a lot less. I mean a lot. And now this is not being pushed downwards. It is being pushed a little bit forward. Okay, so forward movement. what if we make a better solution? So what if, see, here we have a lift arm. What if we design this lift arm in a way that it can be mounted here? I mean, it's not difficult. We have the T-bone, and the T-bone can be adjusted to be mountable here and here. And this would solve both problems, and we don't have to have these lift arms here. So let's take the suspension bridge out and modify it properly. So we don't need these anymore. But here, this guy will be replaced by T-bones. So one T-bone, I think 2 of them will do. 2 of them, no, better. We'll do it like this, and come on, this and this. Hello, Mate. Malte, sorry. I'm okay. So we can do it like this, and then we mount our suspension bridge on the other side with these. There. This is gonna stabilize everything. Okay. You go down there. There's the enter bar. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. This one's in. This one's also in. Come on. There. There. And the final 2 ingredients here. This and this. So, oh yes. Now this is something else. This is something else. Look at this. This is absolutely bulletproof. Nice. And this should also make everything more responsive. Very nice. Oh yes. Oh yes. This feels so much better. Oh yeah. Come on. I mean, we of course it bends, but it bends in the actual bearing. So this is the slack you get when you're not using LP power wheel hubs. But other than that, yeah. Why do I... Okay, I don't like this. Why do I get this now? What's happening? What's happening? It's on the other side. What the... Why do we experience... Oh, here you go. Why? Why not on the other side? Why do we get this here? Weird. Okay, basically, this guy here and this part here are colliding for an unknown reason, because they did not collide before. See, they collide here, but they don't collide on the other side. That's new. That's new. I mean, I guess there was so much flex before that this part here flexed so much that it bypassed this. But now it doesn't. Okay. Well, something's gonna have to be done eventually to prevent this from happening. Right now I have no idea. And you, why did you disconnect? What the... For what reason? I mean, yeah, I don't like this. The whole suspension is of course behaves now exactly as it should. This is how it should have behaved from the beginning. But now all the pieces are together, and it works as it should. So today we want to revisit this real quick and see if we can improve it, and then we move to the front to do something with the front bumper, and maybe try to understand the situation with the fenders, because this is a huge gap that we need to fill before we can do details like the dashboard and move towards the gearbox. You know, the small things. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. So the problem here is the general squishiness of this. So this is moving too much in this direction. So something needs to be done. I don't know why it's moving too much. See, this is not something I like. And here I would like to, you know, it's I would like to have a stopper that would prevent this from moving side to side, basically. The stopper would engage with this, I guess. So we have like 1, 2. Stopper has to be on this plane here. On this plane. If this is engaging here, it has to be like this. And it has to be like 1, 2. At this height, I guess. Yeah, exactly at this height. So it has to be 3 studs up, but 1 stud in. Maybe the stopper would be enough to satisfy me. So we would need something like this. Or one, two. Preferably, I would have it like this because this would enable it to sit properly. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, I guess. I know I'm overcomplicating things here, but I want basically this guy here to be here. To be here. And prevent the hatch to move in this direction, because it cannot move in this direction because of this, but it can move in the other direction. So I want to prevent it from moving in the other direction via this. So this would slot basically in here like this. But can we possibly prevent this from moving this much? I mean, we could. Does this have to? Yeah, this has to move like this. And this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it would be 6. We had something like this. Well, basically, no. Yeah, we would have this guy here. But would this make a difference? No, because this can move up and down, and this would make no difference at all. Just more parts, which is the last thing that we need. But I see optimizations here. Definitely, this can be optimized a bit. So we would change this completely for a 3-stud. This would be a 3-stud, and this would be, yeah, come on. So don't need this, we don't need this. We would have this here. Like this. And we would do this. Make everything a little sturdier, of course. We would change this. And we would use this guy here. So. And then we could have this. And our spring would be here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, this feels a lot better because now there's not. Basically, we shortened this distance by 2 studs, which is a lot. So it's a lot more compact. So this is still prevented from bending there. And the movement that we get here is no longer impacting this so much. Which is good. Which is good. Yeah, and this is also sturdier. Yeah, I think this is much improved. This also makes the spring act more direct, and the spring is more, it's firmer. Okay, not this. Basically, we could just wait a second. We could but of course we actually could do the following. We could use this here and here. So basically we would add this here. Let's see. Okay, so this little tongue, if I may call it so, it would set 1.5 studs into this. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We don't need the struts at the moment. Okay, so if we close this, so See, this can actually move left and right. Now we would put something here that would prevent this guy here from moving this way. Yeah. Catch of sorts, I guess. Problem is, yeah, this isn't gonna work because I think this is gonna impact on this. Let's see. I fear it's not gonna work. Yep, it's not gonna work. Okay, was worth a try. Worth a try. Okay, so off you go. So then the other way around. So we're gonna have one here. So we would put a stop of sorts somewhere here. So it would be, if I see correctly, it would be here. Yeah, just between those. And we could do this relatively simple, I think. Do we have enough room? That's the other question. Do we have enough room? Let's see. So let's try a simple thing. This little monstrosity. Okay, this is gonna work, I hope. So the idea now would be, of course, yeah. I mean, it's a good idea, but it's not gonna happen because when it's closed, what the? Why is this not working? In theory, it should work, but it just doesn't. Let's see. Where's the... Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that was my theory. So when it's closed, it would not move there. But it's not gonna happen because, well, reasons. Like, there's no room. Okay. So that's out of the window. Okay. But I mean, it's okay. Now that this is sturdier, we can get away with it being something like it is. It's all right. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's move on. So, yeah. This needs fixing. Every single time I pick the car up like this, every single time I rip this out. Either I brace it here, so I cannot rip it out, which is probably not practical, or we make this a little sturdier. Yeah. So, our front end of the car. I'm going to put something on this to get the real size. Come on. That's what I have to do. So the real frames of the headlights are gonna be this tall. Okay, this is the actual width of the headlights that we're gonna have. So we have to engineer fenders that come up to this. And right now we are going to make on the other side, we're gonna make the fender flares, just like we did on the rear, and see what we get. And I'm sick of you. Come on. Why do you flicker? This isn't flicker. Okay, maybe. Maybe you are going to be a little more stable. So let's see if we have enough number 3 connectors. Should have. Yeah, I think this loop. There's one on the desk as well. So I will have to do it like this, and then let's see if this works. Does it work? Oh yeah. Oh, the new arm just when I wanted to praise it. So the new arm is actually, yes, okay. New arm is actually good. Okay. Now the only problem is my movement is slightly impeded, but will do. It'll do. So I'm gonna remove all of this because we don't need it. The hood can be open, and I can remove this part here. We don't need it. And we are going to, of course, remodel this part here, just like we did on the other side, because on the other side we decided that we found out a better solution to this problem. But anyway, first let's put together an arch and see what we get. Okay. How many do I need? I think I should have enough. Yep. Okay. The rear says yes. And now we have to change this. Of course, we're gonna use these here. So we can have, so both here and here. So both here and here is an axle, so that this doesn't flap around. So this happened, yeah. Okay. Of course, I mean, why wouldn't it? There. This is better. Not good, but better. Okay. Right. My first observation is this is kind of shit. Let's see why. First, you will notice immediately that it's not in the center of the wheel. It's not in the center of the wheel, which is a bummer. How did Christian do it on his version? And what do we need to do to have it in the center here? I think we should. I think the solution would be to move this. Come on, go in. Okay. To move this, how much? We would need to move this by one stud to the rear. Yeah, it's a 4/0. It's a 4/0. Yep. Okay, so basically we need to move it to the rear, basically making the arch bigger. Let me consult the blueprint. Well, the blueprint is not very happy, but we are gonna have to do it. First, for consistency, so that the rear arch and the front arch are equally wide, and it's gonna make the car look actually good, because I was not happy with the rear before, but the way it looks now, um, the way it looks now, I'm quite happy. We need to, remodel this part a little bit to make it match the real car a little bit more. But it's reasonably okay. And of course, once this is white, it's gonna pop out a lot more. It's now very invisible because it's black. But once this is white, it's gonna look perfect. But back to our problem here. Come on. So we need to make the part in front of the door by one stud smaller, because we need to move this. We need to move this here back to the rear. So all of this, well, not all of this, but this part here is going to be a one stud, and this is going to move backwards a little bit, which will require some re-engineering of stuff, because right now this is perfect. I mean, perfect, when I use perfect, it's always taken with a grain of with a little bit of with a grain of salt. Yeah, that's the expression. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I'm gonna remove the hood to make our lives easier, and let's see what we have here. So essentially, we need to make the whole fender bigger. I mean, fender, the whole wheel arch bigger, which will require us to make the bumper smaller as well. So this part of the bumper here is gonna go away, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, actually. However, the re-engineering part is gonna happen here first. So there's no issue with wheel clearance, but we still need to make more room. So this here needs to move back, but it cannot move back, because if we move it back just like that, so if we do just this, then we have, this part here that doesn't belong here. So we need to remove this, and we don't have anywhere to mount this to. So we don't have anything to mount this to. So we need to change this. And of course, this black part here cannot be here. It absolutely cannot be here, because it's gonna be just out there in the open. So let's see what we can do. First, we need to make a new, basically a substitute for this. that's smaller. It needs to be like this, but without this part. Ish. But ideally, yeah, no, forget that I said anything. Forget it. I actually do have an idea how we're gonna do this. Imagine that. I sometimes I surprise myself. Just let me check something. Okay. Let me check something else. Okay, maybe my idea is not that fantastic, but we're gonna see if maybe we get lucky. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do get lucky, and sometimes strike that. We're gonna try something entirely different. There. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if this is gonna work. Just a second. Okay. So we would use this part instead of this. Of course, we are gonna use this part here. We have to. So, this part here. Oh yeah, that's a shame. Because this here was actually preventing this part from moving left and right. Such a shame. What could we do? There's not much we can do, right? Because here, yeah, this is gonna be fine. I wish this was an axle hole. Can we make it an axle hole? I don't think so. Well, I don't think we can make it an axle hole, because then this is gonna have different problems. This is then gonna have problems in this direction. If we do this, and I don't want this. And if we do this, so if we put this here and this here, and we put this back where it belongs. Come on, work with me here, please. Okay, there. See, now we have this movement. But okay, we can maybe if we do the following. basically this here. Then we would have our piece here. And then this piece would prevent this from going like this. And now we would be able to mount our wheel arch here. Now let's change some perspective. Come on. Just a second. I'll be back. Okay, the wind was playing with the door and I just couldn't stand the noise. Okay, so this kind of works. And this little stud here gives us now the opportunity to mount a few things. But I would like to change it to this one. So I can mount this here. Basically, this is gonna make our life easier. Okay, so I'm obviously I'm not happy with this, but it is what it is right now. Okay, so we could possibly use this here, could we? The pinhole, or not? No, we can't. No, there's no way. There's no way we can use this pinhole. So now we can build whatever we are going to build here. I don't have those in white, or wait, do I? No, I do. I do have those in white. Hold on. A few of them. We probably need like 2 before we need to switch to 3. Maybe 1 more? I think 3 stud is already justified, which I have here. I can have maybe 1 or 2. Maybe. Oh, I'm so clumsy today. 2. Yeah. Now we have to switch to 4. Oh. Where do I have the 4s? Ah, here. Here are the 4s. Well, this car is designed to be powered by many engines. The engine bay is large enough that we can put in whatever we like. That's the plan. the car will be an engine tester. So we can put in pneumatic engines, electric motors, whatever we like. So, doesn't this look good? It does look better than before. Even though this is smaller than it should be, just according to the blueprints, of course. But I'm willing to do it just so that this gap here is the same as the gap in the rear, which I don't think it is quite, but it'll do, So technically, this gap and this gap should be about equal. They're not quite, I think, but it's good enough. The center of this here is in the center of the wheel, and here it's ish. It's close enough. So yeah, this is good. And now we have to make our play here. Like in the rear, we basically have to mount this here, and then this continues into the bumper. Or does it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't continue into the bumper. However, we are going to design the bumper so that it continues into it. So come on. So we basically have a situation like this, where this is mounting the flare to the bumper or whatever, and then we design the bumper accordingly so that this connects kind of. We can, I don't know, well, this is probably not gonna work, or is it? Ish, it's okay. I mean, a slight gap here is okay, like a panel gap, because that's how it's on the real car as well. So we shouldn't be afraid of a few panel gaps. It's not like, we don't have any. Okay, so now let's mount this here. Come on, what the? Why are you not? Okay. Okay, so how do we mount this? Yeah, first we need to remodel this so it matches the other side. Okay. Of course, all of this needs to go. And then we have this, this, there. And then we have this, which we don't have on the other side for a strange reason. Then we have this, yeah. this here. Okay. Now the fun part. Now we have to relocate this here to the inside. Which is fine. Okay. Here we have this here. And this here. Okay. There. This. And there. There we go. So now they are both consistent. Same on each side. Okay. Okay. Now we can see about this. Let's see. I have an idea. What about this? No. What about this? Okay, no. This interferes. This interferes here with the wheel, or it's way too close. Except if we move it to the outside, then we cannot mount this. And this is not gonna happen. No. Let me just try something out of curiosity. Yeah, no. This is not gonna happen. Okay. What about if I experiment a little bit and see if we can get lucky? Does this work maybe? No, it doesn't work. I mean, yeah, this is even too close. This is even way too close. I mean, in the rear, we don't have this problem because the wheels are not steering. But here, this part here, mounting this part here to the body, it's gonna be a challenge because of the wheels, of course. Because this is the inner wheel, of course. And when the car is cornering, this side, of course, is gonna dip in. And the last thing that I want is that it makes contact here with anything, really. However, this said, we don't have to mount it here at all, because if you look closely, we are free here. This is not making contact, unlike in the rear. Even at full drop, we still have this area here that's not under the the flare, which is good, but at the same time I'm a failure because I completely messed up this. Of course, this has to be one stud lower. It's too high. A good thing that I noticed. So okay, this gives us options here. Again, let's return to this. Come on. Okay. So focus, not on the screen. Here, here, camera, here. Thank you. Okay. So this here needs to be one stud lower. Needs to be one stud lower. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. But now the benefit of this is we have a piece. Only that this here needs to be here. Okay. But okay, I think here, if this is true, then come on. Then we can use the initial plan. What's happening to me today? We can use the initial plan and use this part. This part here, and we can use the very same part here. There. Okay. Now back to this. So this has to be mounted here. Wait a minute. Let my brain compute. No, here. Yeah, here. Okay. So we can have something here. And then mount it here. Okay, so obviously we have to have this here. Yeah, this guy needs to be here. Okay. Can I use this axle here? I wonder. I should. I definitely should. So what I'm gonna do here, I am going to, sorry. I'm going to replace the 7 stud axle here with an 8 stud with stop to make things sturdier. Okay, like this. So here at the top it's flush. There. So now we have this here. Thank you. And we can experiment now with some mounting methods. For example, if we would have this part here, then we have, if we had 3 studs, oh god. Okay, my tiny brain, I think it found a solution. Let's see. Maybe it's okay, maybe it's a crackpot. Where do I have? The 3 studs are here, I think. No? Didn't I have 3 studs? Really? How? I think I ordered 3 studs, white ones. Well, apparently I didn't. Okay. Maybe it's not. It's a long shot anyway. Where is it now? Okay. So this is gonna go in here. And we're gonna have this and this. Oh god. Yeah. I don't know. So we would use this here and then place it like this. Okay. Now let's put this back on for stabilization. Okay. There. Maybe, I mean, we could reverse the 8 stud with stop and put the stop in here. That would also be an option. Which, yeah, we should, but we'll do it. Yeah, like right now. Because why not? Let me do this and fail again. God, this is so stiff. Come on. Yeah, I'll take it out. It would be better. And do it here. Okay. There. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Obviously, we have to reinforce this. But yeah, this is better. Obviously, we need to make this white and this white, but yeah, you get the picture. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay. so this is not that essential anymore. Let's see what the situation is now. Okay. Well, the situation changed a little bit. Okay. So now when we, yeah, see, this is correct. Yeah, I mean, I was actually surprised how it didn't even dip under the flare, but yeah, this is correct. So now we don't have, we cannot use the holes here. Absolutely not. We have to use something here. And I guess we have to make a compromise here. We are going to have to mount the flare to the bumper, basically. No biggie. I mean, we can still remove the bumper. The bumper is gonna be removable still. Only that just a second. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the bumper is still gonna be removable. You will just have to disconnect basically one of those from the bumper, like, you know, just unpin it and then the bumper goes off. But this is, you know, this is gonna be pinned here to the bumper. And that's gonna be it. It's the perfect place to pin it to the bumper, I think. Maybe. Yeah, this is now in level. Check. So, come on. Let's check. So this is in level. Okay, yeah, here is the pinhole. This has to be pinned to the bumper exactly here. And then this is fine. Of course, all of this is gonna be gone. This part of the bumper. And this is gonna be the flare. I know it looks, I mean, the wheel looks relatively small in the hole, but you know, that's how it looks in the real car. The wheels on the Sierra are not huge. And since most of you are gonna lower the car to the ground anyway, you know, when it's on the ground, it looks a lot, you know, when this is basically the wheel at full drop, and then when the weight of the car is on, you know, it's gonna be something like this. And in corners, of course, full send, it's gonna be completely in. So yeah, that's settled. Okay, we are going to mount this to the bumper. There's no other way, because we cannot mount anything here because it's gonna interfere with our wheel. So let's make a quick adjustment to the bumper here to get rid of this and make a mount hole for this. And then we can see if something can be done with the fender. I'm not really bursting with ideas, but you never know. While I'm at it, I might as well change all of these parts with white parts because I have it. Because I have them, and this is gonna make everything look better. Obvious. There. Light, come on, work with me here. How is this done? Oh, yes. Okay. How did I do this? Here. Okay. What about here? Here we have this. This. Come on. Okay. Okay. Come on. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be here. So here we have like number 3. There. This guy. And this guy. Yeah, it's okay. What am I doing? I have these. This. There. And here goes Hopefully this, no. Why not? Why not? Of course you're going. Ah. You bastard. So 4. There. Ah. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Come on. There. 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 Okay. Okay. Now we're talking. Here on the bottom, we need what? It's axle hole, pinhole. Yeah, that's good. There we go. There we go. It's a bingo. So this looks already much better. So obviously the front is the splitter. The lower part is the splitter and it's black. These parts here, of course, are white because there are the bumper. This is not the final word because we need, on the bumper, we need some details still. And I think these parts here are gonna be replaced by beams because we're gonna put some plates on them. So this would be like 3 stud, yeah, 2 stud, yeah, something. You know, we where do I have it? I would preferably put, you know, like plates here or here. I think here, yeah, on top, just like in the rear. Here on top, plates, white plates, of course, to make up the difference between the flare and the rest of the bumper, and of course to make a black stripe here, probably, just like the real car has. I mean, I'm not, the real car has it on the whole car, which could be done with stickers, but I would like to model it on the bumpers if possible. You know. So let's put the hood back on and see where we are. So this looks already a lot better. A lot better. Sadly, I don't have all of the panels here for the door. Otherwise, I would change them. I only have this part, but I don't have the lift arm here. So let's leave it for now. Now the big issue is how to fill this void here. This needs to be somehow filled with something. I'm going to attempt a few things here, but we'll see. So here, the obvious thing here is that this part here needs to be one stud higher than the door. That's how it is on the Sierra. So that's how it is. And here we can kinda put something in there just for now, so that we get the feel for what we're doing. You mean here and here? Yeah, but it's the same arch in front and the rear. That's our goal. You know, our goal is that the gaps here. So basically, the width of the arch is the same in front of the rear for symmetry reason. It's not exactly how it is by the blueprints. I would like them to be narrower, but you know, in real life, it looks a lot better than it looks on the video right now. And once this is white, it's gonna look better. Because this is black, it makes it appear a lot larger than it is. That keep that in mind. It appears larger than it is because it's black. Because you know everything here behind it it's dark, and then this makes it appear a lot bigger than it actually is. Let's wait until I order those in white, and then you know we'll see how it looks. Anyway, let's continue here. So up until here, we're fine. From this point onwards, the hood starts sloping down. And here we are gonna have to be creative. Obviously, we have a gap here. How do I show this gap? Yeah, the gap here that we don't want. We want this gap to be half a stud, maybe. Half a stud, maybe. But we need now to start sloping down and inwards. So basically, this is the most difficult part of the entire car. We need to go inwards and downwards. And I have no idea how to do this. I see what you did there. Don't do this. That's not cool. It's still funny, but you know. I guess we are not gonna escape building something here with bricks, if you know what I mean. However, let's try to minimize our efforts. So obviously this is the end of the front panel. And this, of course, is how it's gonna, you know, attach to, well, something. It is in line, of course, with this. I don't think we are gonna get lucky with some geometry here, or are we? Of course we are. It's in perfect geometry. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. What can we do here? Mm. Just to demonstrate. Just to demonstrate. We are here, perfectly aligned with this. We are perfectly aligned with this. There. So we have options. Some panels I think can be mounted here, to bridge the gap like this. And then we can mount some panels here that, I mean, panels from the Mustang. And then we can probably squeeze one of these in here. So we modify this part here, and there's a room for another panel of these here. Let's try it out. So we could squeeze one more panel here. One more can go in here because the geometry is like perfect. And then we have a lot less stuff to fill in. So here we can have, I think there's a perfect panel. I think it's installed in the blue Mustang. It's the blue part on the C pillar. Should go in here. I think Christian can build this and confirm. And here we can modify this to basically go like this. So without this, let's see, does this work? It's not a perfect fit. So this panel does not fit in here the way I would like to. There's a slight edge, and it causes, see, it causes this to be pushed backwards. What's the difference? You can just take a guess what the difference is. If you guessed it's half a stud, you would be correct, because it's half a stud. So if this would be half a stud, exactly half a stud further, yeah. Yep, it's exactly half a stud. We need a difference of half a stud. Okay, we can do this because this doesn't have to be mounted on this. It can be mounted on the beam below, so that's okay. And we mount this on beam below with half a stud offset, and that's okay. We have this. Then we mount the panel from the Mustang here. And here, well, here we can experiment with this somehow. We cannot change this. This has to be 4 studs, four complete studs, because this is going to be a panel that we cannot change. So we have to work with what we have here. But we can somehow mount this to this. I hope. I think we can. Yeah. Okay, but this also solves the problem here, because suddenly we have one step back. Okay, stay. Okay, so this solves the problem here. This is then nice and flush. And here we can move these, can be moved to the outside, and this can be wider. Okay. And we can still open the hood. Yeah. Okay. So let's mount this. Let's mount this. So we half a stud, say we have to go from here. Oh. Like this and up. So we need okay. We need this and this, yeah. Okay. We need this and we need this. Let's see. Wait, what? I see. Okay, I see. So it has to be half a stud down as well. Lovely. Half a stud, half a stud. Oh, my favorite measurement. But we can do it. We can do it. I think. I don't have a white one, but it's gonna be fine. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So this is gonna be okay. Now this for this corner. This corner could be tricky. This has to be level, of course. So I don't want this movement here. And then we have to combine this and this. So it's, yeah. So this is making sense. kinda, yeah. Maybe we are not gonna use this specific part here. We're not gonna use this specific part here. Let's check this out first. Okay, this is okay. 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 I already have an idea. So we're gonna have okay. Safely remove. Okay. This guy could be here. He could be here. But maybe what I mean, we have so many things going on here for us. We cannot use this. To prevent him from going up and down. What else could we use? We could make this slightly longer, but no, we can't. Maybe one stop, but we're not gonna gain anything by doing this. We can have something here. We could, and we are going to do this just for demonstration purposes. If you ask me this, what I'm going to do now, it's gonna be it's a terrible waste of parts, but right now I'm out of ideas and I want to kind of make this work. So we're gonna use this. There. Okay. Now we can use this. Here is this, and here we can now mount this with, let's say, for example, I'm gonna use these like this and this. No, definitely not. That's not gonna happen because we need 5 studs. So we need these ones. However, looking at this again, it's not exactly to geometry. Let me change this to the other side and show you. Come on. Hello, mechanic. So you can see here that this is pulled slightly outwards, because this here does not correspond exactly to a stud measurement. So there's a slight difference here. But you know, now we have a lot less gap here already. So we have only this to work with. We need to fix this gap here and this. This here up on top, I think we should solve with the panel that I suggested. Because, you know, this is not the correct panel. And I don't think if I had this panel, now this panel is built in the rear here. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be the right panel either. Simply because, you know, we have, it doesn't go in, it leaves the gap here. So even if it has a curvature that's corresponding to this, which it doesn't, it would leave us with a gap. So I think, yeah, the Mustang part is gonna be able to bridge this gap here. Yeah, I'm not gonna disassemble my Mustang at the moment, but you know, just saying. I think Christian can recreate this in CAD and check what happens. But this is a little bit too much. I am not happy with this, even though you have to understand that the light cluster is this whole thing, so including these two. It's still the real car would already start slimming here, so without these two. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to mount the top part here. I mean, this part here I would be able to mount this differently, but then I have nowhere to mount the panel here. So this kind of ties it together nicely. But I am kind of afraid that we are gonna have to find another solution, because it should be slimming here already. Yeah. But while I'm at it, you know, I might as well make this wider. Of course. Of course, that would happen. This is... Do I have this? This is a question. $1,000,000 question. I think I do not. Nope. I do. I do. Okay. this of course limits the amount that we can open the hood. Let's see if it justifies it by looking good, or it's just crap. Oh wow, this is so bright. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's justified, because you know this is how it limits our hood opening. So maybe I would put them back as it was, because I would rather have a hood that opens a bit wider than this being perfect. Because you know, every time you do something to the engine or change the engine or whatever, maybe you just don't feel like removing the hood all the time. Oh, come on. What the? Okay. What? That's too much. Okay. Okay. It's fine, because now we can open the hood all the way. So yeah. Right. I mean, it's starting to look a lot better. The front is nice and smooth, really nice and smooth. The sides are coming together nicely. Yeah, so this is better. Obviously, Mr. Black connector is not gonna go in without a fight. What? Okay. For a moment I was thinking, what the fuck? Okay. I don't have those in white. I don't have this in white. So just have to imagine it. But I do have this guy in white. Let's change it to this as well. it's getting there. Let's see just how much do I have in white. I don't have these in white, sadly. But this is gonna look better. So, okay. It's looking whiter by the episode, I think. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I mean, imagine now this is gonna, this white and this corner here in white. And the bumper, you know, it's getting there. And the flares, I need to order those parts. And these here, all of those. Yeah. It's gonna look so good. So good. But I don't know what to do with the door frame. The way it is now, it's not good. It's way too fragile. I mean, this part is good, but this part, you know, it's constantly falling apart. And I would like this to be, I don't know, black, I think. Yeah. We cannot make it perfectly accurate. That's simply not possible. I do see some optimization options here. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I do see optimization options here. But yeah. You know, it's gonna be fine. I think we solved quite a few problems today. We still do need to think about making the springs harder, because the springs as they are now, the springs are too soft, as you can see. So it's what? It's basically a bouncy castle. and we do want, and it's still not as heavy as it's gonna be. That's what we have to keep in mind. So the other side, there's nothing on the other side. There's no interior, no engine. Weight is still gonna be piled up. Springs need to be stiffer. I mean, if this would be, if the car would be on full weight right now, and this would be the way the springs work, I would be okay, because it's soft enough to react to all of the road imperfections, and it's gonna make it, when it's cornering, it's gonna lean in the corners. You're gonna see how it leans in the corners, but it's the lack of weight that we have to take into account. So it's gonna still be heavier, like it or not. It's gonna be heavier, and we need to stiffen the springs up. Lego just doesn't make springs that are stiff enough for our purposes here. So we're gonna have to disassemble the springs and put another spring inside of them. So in the front and the rear, both are too soft. In the front, I mean, in the rear, we could add just another spring, but in the front we can't, because it's a McPherson, and there we only can make the springs stiffer. And the only way to do this is basically to, well, add springs to it. So we would get another set of the same springs as we have in the front. So the Unimog springs, we would have them both on the front and rear, and then we would disassemble them and add to the Unimog spring. We would add, let's say, the softest other spring or something. We'll see. Some spring from another shock absorber of the same size that fits inside. So there would be two springs, a soft and a hard one, or two. I mean, two hard ones as well. But for this, I would need to buy then even more Unimog springs, which are kinda not cheap, and that's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem here. Anyway, this is it for today. In the next episode, I hope that Christian can enlighten us with what to do with the front, if he finds the time to model it and go through some options in CAD. Other than that, in the next episode, we are going to start modeling the dashboard. So the dashboard and basically the front cowling here and the dashboard, these need to be designed, and then it's the gearbox. Then we can do the gearbox, yeah, and the drivetrain, of course. Because we are still missing everything from here to here. This part is missing, so the gearbox is gonna be a very simple two-speed affair here, with the drive shaft, of course, to the rear, and yeah, a one-way clutch. We'll see. I hope we can do a one-way clutch. Maybe we are going to run out of space, but if we do, we are going to change these two, so we can push the gearbox further back. But this is independent of what we do with the dashboard. because you know, it's just lengthwise. Um, Mechanic, as I said before, this car is gonna be a test bed for engines. So it's gonna have all of the engines, so pneumatic, electric, whatever. Once it's done, uh, it's gonna be the new test bed for the engines that we are gonna put in vehicles. So I'm going to test the Buick's electric motors in it. I'm going to test pneumatic engines in it. There will be videos of all of this, of course, driving around. And so this is not a car built for a specific engine. It's built, the engine bay has been built to be large enough and flexible enough to mount whatever you want. Well, you know, not whatever you want, but V engines are kinda too wide, but basically inline engines fit perfectly. And electric motors, of course. So that's the goal with this car. So basically, it's a test bed for inline pneumatic engines and for electric motors. Um, Maybe mini V8s or mini V6s, but you know, I'm kind of on the fence with the small cylinder V engines because they still end up being huge. But I guess we can give it a try one day, at least conceptually, to see if the V is gonna fit in there, and then you know, take it from there. We'll see. But yeah, so the rear suspension is fixed. Um, we made the lock, trunk lock, as best as I can at the moment. I think we have made good progress here in the front. So this part here, imagine this in white, of course. This part here has improved or progressed, and now we have a much smaller area that we still need to somehow find a solution for. Um, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what we do. I need to order those in white as soon as possible, so that we get the full picture. And this in white as well. Um, and this, I mean, once stuff here is gonna become white, the whole look of the car is gonna transform instantly. Right now it looks like a beater, and once this is uniformly colored, uh, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna really pop. Um, so yeah, I mean, lowered, it looks pretty okay. I mean, there's no suspension travel anymore, but if you lower it like this, you know, looks okay. Yeah, like this, so the wheels can turn. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty okay. The suspension, if we manage to make the suspension as soft as it is now, but with added weight, it's gonna be really fun to watch driving it, because it's pretty soft, and it's gonna really, as I said, the car is gonna roll in corners. You're gonna really feel it and see it, and you're gonna see the suspension react to bumps and stuff. It's gonna be pretty fun. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, if we have some World of Warships action going on with our clan, we are going to postpone the stream from Wednesday to Thursday. But if there's nothing going on, we are gonna continue on Wednesday. Everybody who's on Discord is gonna get updated. Otherwise, if bar unforeseen circumstances, we see each other on Friday at the latest. So that's how it's gonna go. Hopefully, we have a stream on Wednesday or Thursday. But if everything goes wrong, then on Friday, absolutely. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I see you in the next stream.